Hi, Dr. Wadsworth here. This is the off season for golf in Utah. It's winter, snow's come, and this week we want to go over some upper body mobility routines you can do to help keep your mobility up and not lose what you gained golfing last summer. And I want to keep it up and improve it for the spring when it comes. So here's your upper body mobility routine this week. So what we're going to do is start on the ground again. If you have a foam roller, Aaron's going to get a foam roller. We're going to work on this upper back mobility. Laying your back on the foam roller. So here, really what we want to do is just focus on your upper back and middle back. We don't want to go to the lower back. Arms are crossed for you, like this. What you're going to do is just roll your spine, keep your butt on the floor. I'd go through this maybe 2 or 3 times, just rolling back and forth, just scanning your upper back. As you find a stiff spot, maybe a tender spot, I'd hold there and then just bounce back and forth, oscillate, extend your back over it, back and forth. And this doesn't take very long, but maybe 20 seconds of just finding the spot and then extending into it back and forth, okay? Then I move it to put this foam roller to your middle back, so scoot back a little bit for you. Then hands behind your head, scoot down like that. So you're going to go back and you're going to add some rotation into it. So you're going to bend backwards and just try to tap your elbows to the floor back and forth. So you're extending and then adding some rotation with the foam roller. I'm going to do that maybe 15, 20 seconds back and forth. Okay. Then Aaron's going to you're laying your side. There's an open book mobility. You need some head support. Give yourself a pillow. Lean your side. Keep your knees together. So bend both knees for me. Like that, 90 degrees. Key thing is keep your knees touching at all times together. Put your hands out like this onto the floor. You're going to imagine yourself, you're a book. Now you're going to just reach back, breathe out, come back this way. As you come this way, I want you to stretch that top hand over. Yep, and then come back, open back up. Good. Stretch across. I'll do this 10 times. Good. As he opens up, I breathe out and let gravity pull your arm down. You don't need to force it. Let gravity do its work. Gravity and breathing out. Good. Do this 10 times. Rotate to the other side. Do 10 times. Rotate to the other side. Just a quick view of it. Again, key thing is keep your knees together. Don't let your hips rock back. Let's check that. If anything, you can go up against the couch right here, like my leg, just to prevent your back from rocking back with you. Good. So do that 10 times. Now get up on your hands and knees for me. Hands and knees. Here's a kneeling rotation. You're going to sit back on your feet. Hands a little bit closer, right here. Okay. Yeah, right there. You're going to sit on your feet. Bring one hand on the back of your neck. Yep. And here you're going to rotate this shoulder down through this elbow. Right there. There you go. Down and then up to the sky. Rotate up. There you go. Back down. Good. Back up. Down. There's a good rotation for his upper back to get more on the way down instead of your elbow. If you send your hand all the way through and just kind of reach across, then you can maybe get a little more of a stretch that way. Okay. Switch sides for me. So again, this one I do 10 times. I go through each of these 2 to 3 sets a day just to help increase the range of motion and stretch it. Now we're going to stay in our knees. We're going to do this shoulder mobility, shoulder control mobility. On your knees, you're going to get on your knees like this. Kneel, sit on your feet. You've got a pillow or some sort of support here. You're going to place a fist on it and push your forehead on your fist. Okay, just one hand. This is a shoulder reach, roll, and lift. We start with your body up. Eventually, we'll move your body down. What he's going to do is going to stabilize his head here. This hand is going to reach up as far as you can. I'm just going to roll his hand out and then lift it up off the ground. Good. Back down. Come back. Reach. Roll. Lift. Good. Okay, he's got it pretty good. We're going to move this. Now just put your hand on the floor. So just move down a little closer. Now reach. Roll. Lift. Okay. Do it again. reach, roll, lift. Good. Switch sides for me. Switch arms. So good progression. Grab a pillow or a yoga block. Prop yourself up if your shoulders are tight and not able to move very high as Aaron's are. Start up and then eventually move yourself down. Fist on the floor. You go on your knees. Another progression, you can lay flat on your stomach and do the same thing with your hand on the forehead. Reach, roll, lift. Okay. Now we're going to just move to our knees. So you're going to stand up on your knees like this. Here's an alternating Spider-Man. So arms out like this for me. What you're going to do, imagine this the palm of your hand and the elbow of your opposite arm. You're going to spread them apart. Try to spread these 2 points as far apart as you can. So stretch, 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 and then rotate to the other side. Stretch, 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 stretch. Okay, good. Keep the head nice and firm. There you go. Other side. Good. Here's alternating Spider-Man. Spread fingers down. There you go. You're just stretching back and forth and really work kind of this rotation of that upper back. Okay, now we've stretched a lot. We're going to activate the muscles in this new range of motion that we've got. So you grab a heavy weight. Here's a kettlebell, about 35 pounds. You're going to hold just on top like that. Now what Aaron's going to do, turn and face the camera for me. Now what he's going to do, he's going to hold here. He's going to turn his torso as far as he can to the left. Bring that weight onto his thigh. And in this position, you're just going to breathe into your rib cage. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in for a good 3 to 5 breaths. Really breathe into this rib cage. Try to expand that rib cage in this position with the weight. And rotate to the other side. Good. The weight's just here to stabilize. You're using a lot of muscles to help stabilize the weight. And you're breathing into that, increasing that range of motion in that upper back. So if we started with your weight in front of you, now pull the weight behind you here. Same thing, so you're going to rotate to the left. To the left, But this way, the weight's coming on the right side. And this is pulling your shoulders back more, so shoulders in a different position. Same thing, we're going to hold here. We're just going to breathe in and out. After a couple of breaths, see if you can turn a little bit more. Just breathe in, breathe out. Good, just rotate, turn the other way. Good. Okay. So there's some good kneeling rotation with some resistance. Now we're going to jump to standing. If you have a cable system or some bands, you can hook it up to the door or chair. This is pretty much the same as that alternating Spider-Man stretch, just with some resistance. So what Aaron's going to do, this is in my right hand. I'm going to put my right foot forwards. I'm going to go here, little soft knees. I'm going to come here. It's like Spider-Man. You're going to stretch across and then pull. Trying to rotate your shoulders back and forth. Try to rotate those shoulders back and forth, just like the Spider-Man, but with some resistance. So, this Aaron. That right knee forwards. There you go. And you're going to have a little bit of an athletic posture, so you're going to bend your hips right there. Soft knees, bend your knees a little bit. So now the band's pulling it direct or perpendicular to the spine. And here you up there. And you can turn your so pull across. Yep, there you go. Okay, back. And now pull, we'll just bend the elbow. Good. Switch sides for me. So it's similar to Spider-Man. You don't necessarily have to have your hands like this, which is comfortable, so you don't have to be Spider-Man-like. But just imagine rotating, bringing your hand and your elbow, stretching them apart, and apart, alternating back and forth with the resistance Last one is going to be a push. The previous one was a pull. So in this position, we're going to go opposite leg forwards. My left hand has the band resistance. My right leg's forwards. So I'm going to go bend my hips a little bit, so I'm leaning forward a tiny bit. And I'm going to, again, just rotate my shoulders apart. So hand and elbow apart, far apart. I'm going to press, stretch across again. It's not a ton of resistance, just some that you can use that range of motion with this resistance. So Aaron is here. We're set up. So if that's in the right hand, left forward, elbow or hand down right there. Bend forwards a little bit, right there. Okay. And do it as you do it. Stretch, 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 stretch. Okay. Pull, pull, pull. Good. Pull, push down, down, down. There you go. Switch sides for me. Switch feet. Again, here's a good, just adding some resistance and activation, muscle work with the new range of motion that we've just stretched with the exercises we did prior. These are the upper body mobility routine. Do these. There'll be more I'll share in other shorter videos. These are a good start with some primary good exercises for mobility of upper body, upper back, and shoulder.